Oh my gorgeous Leonie, how this unexpected obstruction you've had, you've had some kind of unexpected obstruction in your life, and it happened not that long ago, and there is no doubt about it whatsoever. And you have no idea how important is this unexpected obstruction, because the month of December 2024 it's going to reveal just that. Do you understand what I mean? So not that long ago you had this unexpected obstruction in your life. Slowly but surely this unexpected obstruction have been kind of making you to think in a certain way, to feel in a certain way, and you had to think about things that you're gonna need to do in order to get yourself out of it. For example, so why the month of December is gonna be so important? Because that particular obstruction, unexpected obstruction you ran into, it's going to be leading you towards this moment in time where you will realize exactly what is going to be happening right within the first week of December. I will tell you about it in just a second, but for now, what I wanted to mention also when it comes to numerology, my gorgeous Leonie, you've got numbers 39, 56. This is a very powerful combination of numbers, and it means that within the first week of December you are going to have this adventure, something major, the beginning of an adventure. Something major is gonna happen to you, something major is gonna come out of it. This is gonna be life-changing in every possible way, my gorgeous Leonie. Indeed, not only this is gonna re-energize you, oh my god, you're gonna be in such a good mood, but you're also gonna start inspiring those people in your life. You're also gonna find yourself on this path, this wonderful path, where not only you're gonna feel amazing, but you will be playing an important role in those people, in those people's lives who are in your life, and in those people's lives who know you. So this is going to be absolutely brilliant indeed. So when it comes to the first week of December, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to the first week of December, look, you've been contemplating for a while, or you've been contemplating for so long. To be quite honest with you, you have been a little bit unhappy, with certain aspects of your life, and you kind of maybe got bored a lot with certain aspects in your life, and you wanted to change your life, my gorgeous Leonie, for a while now. So there was some kind of contemplation going on. I just need to let out my gorgeous Raphael, got castrated a few days ago, so I'm just going to let him out. Just a second. Yeah, where was I, my gorgeous Leonie? Sorry. So you had this contemplation, you were contemplating for a while, and this contemplation was all about you wanting to change your life, you wanting to move on with your life. And especially within the last, about a year or so, things have become quite intense in your life. There were certain things that were highlighted that were kind of making you feel unhappy, but every single thing that kind of was highlighted, and it was kind of adding up to it, was also playing absolutely major role, like a crucial role when it comes to you really kind of understanding that you're not going to be at peace, or you're not going to be happy in your life unless you make certain changes. There's no doubt about it. So this is what this contemplation here really means right at the beginning, when I said you've been contemplating for so long to change your life, to move on with your life. But let me tell you, the beginning of December, within the first week of December, you are indeed going to have the beginning of this adventure, the beginning of a whole new stage in your life, my gorgeous Leonie. And indeed, the beginning of this particular adventure, something new is about to come into your life. Something new is about to begin. Something new is about to start. Okay? And even if it doesn't start within the first week of December, you will know within the first week of December when exactly this is going to start. Do you understand what I mean? But now I literally see it, starting within the first week of December. Something new, it's about to start. The new beginning, the new start, the whole new stage in your life. This is something that I call like a whole new adventure. It's like a new venture. This is going to change your life. This is going to change your life forever. And because there is so much you are going to find out about yourself, about your life, about what you want to do, this new adventure you're going to start, honestly, it's also going to broaden, your horizons so much. This new adventure is going to open your eyes. This new adventure is going to open your mind, and at the same time, it's going to be brilliant for you financially as well. Financially, this is going to be absolutely superb. Why is this going to be so brilliant? It's because at the same time, my gorgeous Leonie, you are indeed following your vision. You are following your vision. You are starting this process where your life is about to transform. And this is why this is going to be so important for you. I think that the year 2024 has been just a little bit disappointing when it comes to certain aspects of your life, okay? But, having said that, 2025, it's going to be completely different. And I mean that in the best possible way. The amount of things that are going to take place in 2025, the amount of things that are going to happen for you in 2025, you are going to be really busy. Like, oh my God, your life is going to start becoming completely different. Whether you believe in this or not, you better start. The more you believe in it, the easier you will go with this particular flow. Less restricted you're going to be, because you're not going to impose this like kind of negative way of thinking in your mind that can be so dangerous, because it can slow you down more than it slows us down more than we can possibly imagine, okay? And also within the first week of December, you will realize that this particular person, I've seen this person before. Somebody's like, oh my God, doing something that they shouldn't. I'm sorry, I know I've seen this before, but I will say it if I see it. Also within the first week of December, you will know that you're going to need to put your point across with this particular person in your life. But this is somebody who you like, but it's a very difficult person. This is a very difficult person to get on with in general. But that doesn't mean that this type of person is awful. That doesn't mean that this type of person is evil. This is somebody who really has a good heart, a great heart, but doesn't really get on with people around them. Do you know what I mean? Or they get offended really easily, or they're too stroppy or something, But I'm trying to help you to understand who this is. This person is doing something that they shouldn't, and they need to stop doing what they're doing, something to themselves, which is really bad. And I think you know this, or you are going to become aware of this within the first week of December. And I know that this person can be rather unpleasant sometimes, but please try to put your foot down, because you do seem to have like a great impact on that particular person. You have an amazing impact on that particular person. So you really need to put your foot down. And once you do that, I can see you doing it. And once you do that, there is something very, very strange you are going to find out. There is a very strange information you are going to get from that person about some kind of ongoing problem that was connected to you, to that person, and to other people as well. So there is a very strange information you are going to find out. And this particular strange information is really going to make you think, who you can trust and who you cannot trust to. Because you're going to realize that there is one specific person in your life that you need to be a little bit careful about. Somebody is pretending to be somebody else in order to get something from you. So you just need to be a little bit careful here. Sorry, I'm not being a dark lala, but you know, this life, it's like very unusual sometimes. You know, sometimes we get surprised with certain people in our lives in a good way, and sometimes we get surprised with certain people in our lives like in a negative way. By the time you get to the second part or the second week of December, if I say the second part of December, I mean the second week of December, you know. So by the time you get to the second week of December, oh gosh, there is like someone is gonna get in touch with you who hasn't been in touch with you in absolute ages, or somebody from your past, but not necessarily Mr. Lover, not necessarily that. Do you know what I mean? But somebody from the past, it's either going to get in touch with you from a very long time ago, blast from the past, or you are gonna see something which is going to remind you of your past, for example, and something is gonna trigger this, and you are gonna kind of start thinking about your past. You are gonna feel like kind of nostalgic. Wherever you look, something is actually in fact going to remind you of your past. But that's not what I want you to focus on. When somebody, it doesn't even matter who is going to remind you of this. That person doesn't play such a big role in all this, but I will tell you what will play a really big role in this, my gorgeous Leone. A really big role in all this is actually going to play. You need to realize there are lots of things you're going to be thinking about when it comes to your past, but there is something specific you will be thinking about. There is something really specific you will be thinking about. There is something specific you will be keep on being reminded about. There is a certain aspect of your life you are not going to be able to live without. And that's not a bad thing again. You know, you've been through so much, my gorgeous Leone. And, you know, maybe you have been dealing with certain problems, certain issues, and you know, life takes us, you know, towards, sometimes our lives takes us towards the certain directions we did not even kind of imagine that we would kind of go towards. And sometimes we are dealing with a great level of stress and problems that we really kind of can lock a certain aspects of us and leave it in the past. I really hope that makes sense, my gorgeous Leone, but you know what I mean. So there is an aspect of you from your past that you're going to be constantly reminded of, something that you used to do, something that you used to enjoy. It's like more like to do with your lifestyle rather than anything else. So something is really big is missing in your life. And you need to kind of focus on what this is. You see, you need to follow your heart. You need to follow your heart. This is very important because this is something that right now you are ready to carry on with, or right now you're ready to bring this into your life, or start living your life in such a way where you can have this like kind of constantly around you. I repeat, this is like to do with your lifestyle, and it's to do with like also you needing to follow your heart. Trust me, because not that long after that moment in time there is going to be a very interesting message and very interesting news you're going to have. When you become aware of this news, when you become aware of this message, this is really going to surprise you, and you're going to realize that there's some kind of a messy problem, some kind of a difficult situation is slowly but surely start to come to an end. Something that did not change in a very long time, something that didn't have a progress in a very long time. So this in itself is going to be a really positive message. And at that moment in time, wow, you're going to feel so happy. You're going to feel so good. That problem is not going to come to an end then and there. But it's going to mean to you so much, like when you hear that, you know, by what you are going to hear, you will clearly understand that there's some kind of a problem will slowly come to an end. And this is going to make you feel so good, my gorgeous Leone. This is going to put you in such a good mood, and I really want you to understand that there is going to be some kind of idea you're going to have. This idea is going to be amazing, and this idea that you are going to have, it's going to be connected to this particular realization you had when you were like really nostalgic. Remember, I told you you're going to be really nostalgic. You're going to be keep on remembering of your past, and there is something from your past that you left in your past, and you need to bring it into this present moment. And you know, this is all to do with your lifestyle, and all to do with you realizing how much happier you're actually going to be. And so by the time you realize that this problem, it's actually some kind of problem, it's going to come to an end that has been torturing you for a while, you're going to be so happy, and you are instantly going to have this idea which is going to be connected to whatever a kind of you will keep on thinking about when you were nostalgic. I told you will be thinking about different things, but there is something really specific that will kind of keep on bounce back to you like quite you know, often. And this is what this idea is going to be. It's going to be connected to that. And I know you're going to think like, oh my God, I don't know if I should do this or not, if I should do this or not. Oh my God, I'm so worried. But you really should. You really should, because you are going to have a major achievement when it comes to this. You are going to have a major achievement, my gorgeous Leone. And this is why you need to do this. This is why this is going to be so important, because this in itself is going to lead towards your own victory. So if you do find yourself like thinking whether I should do this or not, most certainly the answer is big fat yes. Because to be quite honest with you, when it comes to that idea, it's like literally at around July 2025. Yes, I know I'm in July 2025 now, but at around the July 2025, this is going to be the time when your life is going to turn around like never before, because of everything that's happening right now. Big way, big time. But especially when it comes to this idea, you're going to have a major achievement in July 2025. You're going to feel so proud of yourself, honestly, and those people who know you are going to feel so proud of you as well. So they're going to be a major achievement, and this particular achievement, again, I can really definitely tell you that by then in July, what you're going to be thinking about how much your life actually changed. You will be looking right ahead of you, and you're going to be thinking how much your life actually changed. And this is why you need to be so open-minded when it comes to the months of December 2024. This is an extremely important month for you, my gorgeous Leone, indeed. And the third week of December, my gorgeous Leone, oh my God, here you are going to have a major like achievement. When it comes to the third week of December, you are going to have a major achievement, and the moment in time you become aware of this major achievement, listen, this is not going to be something which is going to be completely life-changing for you. It's not going to be something like which is going to be absolutely massive. But this is going to mean to you so much, and the reason why am I saying this is going to be a major achievement for you, this is this is going to be very personal. This is about you grounding yourself, you recentering yourself at the same time, because the big answer is going to be answered to you, and at the same time you will know that you are on the right path and you are doing the right thing. Okay, so this major achievement is going to be really personal. And also at the same time you're gonna have a big opportunity here, a big opportunity. And this big opportunity I am talking about, it's really pretty much so to do with you like kind of understanding that you will have an opportunity here. It's something that you have been waiting for absolute ages. It's something that you have been waiting for a while. And this opportunity, it's going to come through somebody who is very close to you. you know, and this particular, whether this person is your friend, whether this person is your family member, this person is going to have such a beautiful, such a gorgeous surprise, a really beautiful surprise by somebody who is very close to you, who is going to offer something to you, or there is some kind of opportunity which is going to come directly from that person, or you're going to find out about that person, about that opportunity through that particular person. However this happens, the part of that is going to be that you will be able to speed things up when it comes to this particular opportunity, to speed things up. And this is a lot to do with an ongoing plan in your life, for example, but also at the same time you are gonna clearly need to realize that in order for you to take this opportunity on, you're gonna need to make like a compromise. And this compromise is something that you're really gonna be worrying about, but you should not be worrying about this, my gorgeous Leonie, because this compromise is not only gonna end up being so successful for you, not only this compromise is gonna be end up being so successful for you, but there is also some kind of surprising negotiation going to come out of it, like a really surprising negotiation. And when you become aware of this negotiation, this is also going to really beautifully work in your favor. And you will know, as soon as you become aware of this surprising negotiation, seriously, my gorgeous Leonie, oh my God, you will instantly know that the one phase of your life has come to an end and another phase of your life it's about to begin. What a beautiful and rather spiritual moment in time you are going to have. There is also going to be such an interesting and unusual sign you are going to have at around that particular time. This sign is going to be so different to everything you've ever had in your entire life. This omen, this sign you're going to have, honestly, I know you're very intuitive, I know you pick up on things, I know you're in touch with your spiritual self and things like that, but this type of sign you've never had before. This sign, it's almost like kind of going to maybe even scare you a little bit, but most certainly the job of this sign is going to be to scare you a little bit in order to awake you and give you this really great sense of urgency. This great sense of urgency is going to reflect on you in the best possible way, and it's going to like really make you feel like you want to give your all in order to make the most of this spiritual journey. But all this is going to be like kind of contributing the most towards you really understanding that so long you have been thinking about certain things, certain changes, you know, but now you are really going to start taking this so seriously. Oh my God, that you're going to be absolutely left with no option but to really start drifting towards certain changes, and you're going to be left with no option but to take this very, very seriously. And this is why this month is going to be so important, because this is also such a brilliant time of your own realignment, my gorgeous Leonie, indeed. And by the time you get to the fourth part of this month, by the time you get to the last week, you know, I can see you're going to be like kind of having this moment where you're going to be like really relaxing, and you're going to be doing something, you're going to be enjoying yourself, whether you're going to be like meditating, whether you're going to be like painting something, you know, if you're a painter, then this is going to relax you, I suppose. You know, whatever you're going to be doing, like in the last week of December, you're really going to be enjoying yourself. You know, you're going to be in this relaxed state of mind. Maybe you are going to be lying down, maybe you are going to be meditating, maybe you are going to be like, you know, walking in nature somewhere or something like that. It really depends. You know, all of us are so similar, but then again, all of us are so different when it comes to the spiritual aspects of ourselves, like what exactly has got a power over us in order to like kind of like really relax us. Not what has a power over us, but what do we need to do in order to relax against those things, you know, that have power over us when it comes comes to like us constantly and subconsciously thinking about certain problems, you know, that we don't even realize how much they actually affect our daily planning, you know. So the bottom line is, my gorgeous Leonie, that you're gonna be relaxing, you're gonna be chilling out at some point within the last week in December. And there is this person that is gonna be on your mind. It's to do with this person. It's to do with this man. I think it's a man. It's somebody really nice, somebody really positive, somebody really intelligent, somebody really clever. It is very, very difficult to dislike this type of person. And if you do dislike this type of person, then certainly something is wrong with you. Or if somebody dislikes this type of person, you know that something is probably wrong with that person who dislikes this type of person, because there is absolutely nothing that you can dislike about certain people. I'm sorry, but this is just my way of thinking. You know, some people are so nice, and if there is somebody who is disliking a lot about somebody who is so nice, then you know it's that other person who is the problem. So I'm just trying to kind of like really help you to understand who this is. You will remember this person. This person is going to pop into your mind. Maybe it's a female person who is having a male energy, you know, like it really, really depends. But it's like basically you will be reminded of that person, and suddenly you're going to have this great sense of urgency in order to do something legal, but you're not going to realize that straight away. So first you're going to be reminded of this person in your life, of this particular person, but it's to do with something legal. And this is going to be a reminder that you need to pay attention to something legal. Okay, it's very important for you to make a legal step, legal move with something legal going on in your life. Something that started like about 4, 5 or even 6 months ago. Within the last 5 or 6 months ago, something started, and it's very kind of complex. It's to do with you, but it's to do with other person, it's to do with other people, but you have to be very, very smart when it comes to this situation, my gorgeous Leonie, because I've seen this before. You know, in this life, sometimes we really have to be very smart. And I'm not saying that people can be very naughty, but some people can be very, very naughty. And some people can only think about money and finances and things like that. And I'm just worrying, because it's not about this person who you're going to be reminded of, but somehow the person who you're going to be reminded of, it's not a problem. Maybe this person was helping you, maybe this person was giving you an advice, and it's somehow connected to this legal thing, to this legal matter. And now suddenly when you are in this relaxed state of mind, whatever this is going to whatever is going to contribute towards you feeling in this relaxed state of mind, my gorgeous Leonie, you will be reminded of this particular person who was maybe helping you when it comes to all this. And there is a reason why suddenly you will think, oh my God, I need to carry on with something. Yeah, that's what it is. There is something that you almost like kind of forgot about, something legal that you're going to need to do, something important, something official. You need to carry on with this. It's so important, because once you carry on with this, my gorgeous Leonie, you're going to realize that certain people haven't been honest with you, okay? There are certain people who haven't been honest with you. I know that this sounds really confusing. You see, it's to do with something legal. Something that you became aware of like ages ago that you need to do, but it only something started. You started doing something within the last 5 or 6 months, but then again, you had some kind of response back in the meantime. Something happened, maybe some kind of a meeting, some kind of conversation, and I don't want you to give in. I don't want you to give in now. There is a reason why you're going to be reminded of this. So please do carry on with this. Do carry on with this, because there is more you're going to find out. Something was like, someone was dishonest with you, or someone was lying to you here. Someone is trying to probably take something that's yours. Please, I'm not trying to be a dark Lala, seriously. But you need to really pay attention to this. You know, very, very important indeed. And this also means that, you know, if you do need to do something important, something legal, something official, the last week of December it's gonna be absolutely perfect for this, because this good luck, it's going to be on your side, my gorgeous Leonie. So this is what I need you to understand. But also, when it comes to this particular legal problem, legal issue that I mentioned before, that particular person that you're going to be reminded of, it's also going to kind of give you some kind of advice. That particular person is going to give you some kind of advice here, and this advice is going to be brilliant. And the reason why I like this person is because it's somebody not who is naturally intelligent, you know. It's a very intelligent person, but that particular person is also like kind of clued up for whichever reason when it comes to these legal things. Maybe this person is some kind of a legal person, or that person has been in these circles where, you know, that person was connected to this legal thing. So it's somebody who's very, very knowledgeable indeed. So this is something that I want you to really understand. This is so important, my gorgeous Leonie, because throughout all this process, you're going to realize how naughty certain people can be, you know, how naughty certain people can be really in this life, you know. Sometimes you just can't trust to anyone really. So I mean, that's how you're gonna feel. I'm not trying to be so dark, but that's how you're gonna feel, my gorgeous Leonie. So this is why this is going to be so important. And also, when it comes to the fourth week of December, do not ignore what your body is going to try to tell you. Your body is desperately missing something. Your body is desperately needing something. Your body is again going to try to make you aware of what your body is missing. So whether this is to do with some kind of an exercise, whether this is to do with some kind of a food, whether this is to do with some kind of vitamins, you know, or minerals that you are missing, you are most certainly going to be aware of it. Your body is going to let you know what your body needs or what your body doesn't need, for example. So please do do something about it. It's very important indeed, whether this is like some kind of an exercise that you need, whether this is some kind of vitamin or mineral, or like maybe a change of diet, or maybe more water. You will know instantly what your body needs, okay? And also it's important to pay attention to things like this, and especially when we become so highly intuitive towards the end of the year. It can only mean one thing, and especially when your body is trying to point you out something that you need to do in order to take care of it. The reason for this is because the year 2025, as I said, it's going to be so busy. It's going to be so important for you, my gorgeous Leonie. So much is going to be happening, and as this year is coming to an end, this is just like almost like as a little bit of detox you need to do before this important year 2025. It's about to start. And also when it comes to the last week of December, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to the last week of December, you know, you are basically going to be worrying just a little bit about you will be worrying just a little bit about this person, you know, another person. There is somebody else you're going to be worrying. My God, it looks like people in your life are really going to be playing a big role when it comes to the months of December. There is somebody older, much older in your life. I'm sorry, maybe this is not going to resonate with like all of you, but I do see somebody older in your life that you are going to be worrying a little bit, because maybe somebody is around that person who is using that person quite a lot. Oh my God, this reading sounds like really weird, but it's not really, you know. It's nothing that you didn't know before, but it's also like you need to put your foot down. You need to put your point across here big time. Because you are going to need to protect this certain person in your life. And I think it's somebody older, somebody really nice, somebody so good-hearted, but somebody very kind of strange is around that person, you know. and somebody's like almost like a torturing that person like a little bit, so please try to try to put your point across when it comes to that other person who is doing maybe something negative to this particular person. It's important because this in itself, it's really going to awaken your own spirit, my gorgeous Leonie. This in itself, it's actually going to awaken your own spirit, and it's going to re-energize you to the point where you're going to feel desire to change like never before, and it couldn't have happened at a better time. Just remember, this is the last months of this year. You feeling desire to change to this level, oh my God, it can only mean a good thing, indeed. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, when it comes to those of you who are in relationships, oh my God, you really are gonna worry about this particular problem both of you actually had. You had a certain problem for a while, something took a kind of wrong turn, and a few months ago, and it was to do with an unexpected change, and it kind of affected both of you. But I think it affected you like financially, and you stumbled upon this problem and everything got slowed down. And I've seen this before so many times when it comes to you, my gorgeous Leonies. And do you know what? This particular problem you have been dealing with, there were quite few different solutions that you came up with. Not necessarily that none of the solutions didn't work, but very quickly you would realize that none of the solutions wouldn't do anything. But what I need you to understand, that there was a first solution, the first or a second solution you ever had when it comes to this problem. You will be speaking to somebody who's close to both of you, and that person is going to give you an advice, an amazing person, very open-minded person, very outgoing person, very ambitious person. This person is going to open your mind. You will be talking, and that particular solution you had ages ago, but you didn't do anything about it, first or a second solution when it comes to this problem. Now you're going to realize this is the right thing to do, and it's like almost like on one hand is to deal with that problem in a traditional way, and on another hand you will know that you're gonna need to be patient a little bit longer. You have been patient all this time for the last almost a year, really. So it could be like 6 months, but now you can do this a little bit longer. So this in itself is so important for now, because there is something really specific that you're gonna need to do. There is something really specific that you're gonna need to do. You will realize that something has come to an end, both of you, and you will realize that something has come to an end, my gorgeous Leonie. And that in itself is going to be even more important, because it's going to allow you to change. The whole structure in your both lives is going to start changing, and this is why this is important, that something is going to come to an end. Something already came to an end. And first of all, you're going to feel like a little bit sad, but then you're going to feel really positive, because you're going to realize if that particular thing didn't come to an end, you wouldn't be able to kind of do this, So this is going to be a bit of a lesson that you're both going to learn out of this, whatever came to an end. But it doesn't really matter, because at the same time, you wouldn't be able to deal with this problem. And this particular problem, it's something major. It's major because it has just changed so much in both of your lives in such a way where you just kind of like got stuck. You got stuck. So this is why this is going to be such an important stage for both of you. And also, you are going to have a ridiculously big opportunity before the end of this month. Both of you are going to have such a big opportunity, and you will know that this opportunity is probably going to be the biggest risk of your both lives. Okay, this opportunity is going to be one of the biggest risks you've ever taken. But my God, how good this is going to end up to be. You will both feel that this is going to work out for you, and you're absolutely right. So definitely go for this opportunity. Definitely go for this risk, indeed. And when it comes to those of you who are single, you know, it looks like, listen, there is like, you have to understand that there is someone who you fancy and someone who you like, my gorgeous Leonie, and that person is not the right person for you whatsoever. And I think you know this, but subconsciously you're still fancying this person. So this is either one of your exes, or it's either somebody who you fancied before, you know, somebody who you fancied but you knew that this is not the right person for you. You will be reminded of one of your exes, if I can call them like that. You will be reminded of that person in December, and or that person is going to try to let you know something or whatever. You will be most certainly reminded of that person, and you're going to realize, maybe you didn't realize before, that you still kind of fancy that person, you still like this person. But only now you're going to realize that that have maybe affected you in such a way where your heart was actually closed and you didn't let anybody new into your life because you fancy this person. So this is going to be like a moment of a rude awakening you are going to have. But then again, in itself, it's bringing this really powerful revelation. If you did not have this revelation that you still fancy one of your exes, you would not be able to move on. And you don't like this because that person has done something negative to you, and I'm so glad that you are going to be rebellious about it, because this rebellious energy is the one that is going to push you forward, you know, in order to move on from this person. So this is going to be a bit of an unusual, enlightening moment you're going to have, but which is ever so necessary when it comes to you realizing this, and then finally moving on with your life with that. And when it comes to that, then at around the end of this month, there is somebody very, very interesting, somebody very gorgeous who's going to be fancying you, who's going to be liking you, who's going to be looking at you. You will know for some reason that you're not going to be able to be with this person, but just how good you're going to feel. You know, it's more about the way you're going to feel and click. Something is going to click within you, my gorgeous Leonie, and you're going to realize you're ready. You're ready to meet somebody. You know, and that's the frame of mind I need you to be in. It is not about who is going to like you, who's going to fancy it around the end of this month, but it's more about who exactly this is going to be in terms of like, wow, somebody gorgeous, somebody amazing, somebody like, wow, so amazing in your eyes. So it's really going to be so great for your own confidence, but it's really a lot to do with your personal spiritual journey where you're going to realize, I'm ready. So this is why that first situation within the first part of this month was ever so important. So now, my gorgeous Leonie, I'm just going to shuffle these tarot cards, and I'm going to see what is going to be your tarot card of the months. What is going to be your tarot card of the months, my gorgeous Leonie? Let's see. Ooh la la, you are going to make such a bold move, baby, towards your future. By the end of this month, you will know, my gorgeous Leonie, that you've made this bold move, and this bold move is like really gonna be towards your own future. Enough of waiting, my gorgeous Leonie. It's enough of planning, my gorgeous Leonie. It's time to jump in the water. If you don't jump in the water, you will never learn how to swim. So therefore, now it's time to jump. That's exactly what are you going to do. And I'm also going to see what is going to be your oracle card oracle card of the month. Let's just see what's going to be oracle card message before, message for the month of December. Dark night of the soul. Ooh, dark night of the soul. Life brings new meaning. Life brings new meaning. This is what I think you should be focusing on, my gorgeous Leonie. Indeed. Hello my gorgeous people, just to let you know, I've just started monthly subscriptions, monthly paid subscriptions, and the more people subscribe to this channel, you know, through monthly paid subscriptions, more content I'm going to be able to make. And this is why this is going to be so important. If you would like to subscribe to this channel through this monthly paid subscription in order to help me to keep this channel going, you will see the link is going to be in the description below. And thank you so much, because I will be ever so grateful. You see, lots of people don't realize how powerful blue topaz actually is, especially when it comes to activating your third psychic eye. Yes, lots of people do not realize how significant and how powerful blue topaz actually is, because once we activate our third psychic eye, we start to understand things we never understood before. We kind of elevate ourselves both spiritually and mentally as well. This in itself, it's ever so important when it comes to understanding so much about ourselves in general, understanding so much about this life in general. You know, it really helps you to go through and to go forward in life with a completely kind of deeper, with a completely different understanding, much deeper, much more spiritual, much more serene when it comes to things that have been kind of bringing you down, when it comes to things that have been scaring you, when it comes to things that have been draining your energy in general. All this stops when you wear blue topaz. Why? Because you see things differently, and you know, because it activates your third psychic eye. You elevate yourself to the point where you see literally every single aspect in your life in a completely different light. So why is this so important? Well, it's important when it comes to you progressing in life and making the most out of life, but it's also ever so important when it comes to you protecting your precious energy. You know, it helps you to protect your precious energy as well, and this is why it's so significant. I mean, look at this. Absolutely stunning, my gorgeous people. And this is a handmade sterling silver bracelet. Okay, handmade sterling silver gate bracelet. It's 7.5 inches long and it's 10 millimeter wide, so that is quite wide. And of course, this is like a really high quality blue topaz crystalline, and this is something that I would highly recommend you to wear, my gorgeous people. And blue topaz also allow you to channel your inner wisdom and find a perfect pathway to successful opportunities, you know. And to be quite honest with you, like anyone who wears this will embrace will embrace their authentic self and trust, you know, you will trust your own power, and you will most certainly, you know, do things in life that are gonna bring you success in general. You know, you tend to make the right decisions when you wear these powerful crystals. So whether these decisions are like when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to your emotions, when it comes to your success, when it comes to your career, when it comes to money, you know, it does help you quite a lot, you know, to make the right decision, because it grounds you. It grounds you in a really specific way. Can you imagine how powerful this crystal is, when on one hand it activates your third psychic eye, therefore you elevate, you become so spiritual like never before. But then on another hand, it's also very powerful when it comes to grounding at the same time, when it comes to you recentering yourself at the same time. And this is why, because you don't worry about things that you shouldn't be worrying about. And very often as well, people don't realize how draining this is on our overall energy, and we are not able to get in our life, to the certain stage, as quick as we actually could. So it really is ever so important when it comes to you realigning yourself like instantly as soon as you put this on, my gorgeous people. I really highly suggest you to get this beautiful blue topaz handmade bracelet for yourself, or you can buy it for somebody else. If you think that somebody else can benefit from it, why wouldn't you buy it for them? It's absolutely beautiful. And the link to buy this gorgeous bracelet, my gorgeous people, it's going to be in the description below, or I'm also going to pin the actual link on top of the comment section as well. But it is a rather beautiful bracelet, and of course I only have few of these in stock now.